Welcome back, fellow survivors, to another episode of the Biohazard Bros podcast. We have a short little discussion because some big news has broken in the last week or so for Resident Evil fans. First up, we have finally Capcom has heard our pleas. We have begged and pleaded with them for the longest time to please release Resident Evil 2 and 3 in some capacity on modern consoles.
Oh yeah.
And what announcement did we get last week, Colin?
We got the announcement that it would be
At State of Play?
they would be coming to PlayStation Plus Premium. I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming to just like RE1 and just like Dino Crisis did. They said this
Mm-hmm.
summer, but we're in summer, so I mean, I'm expecting it like within the next week or so, week or two, to drop. But it could be. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be next month. Have they confirmed anything that you know of?
Not as far as a release
No,
date, no. I would
I
imagine
think they're gonna just do it this
what they do
month.
a month by month. I think honestly, it would be either this month or July. They're
Yeah,
definitely probably
yeah.
not going to push it till
Yeah, I
August.
wouldn't
So,
think so. So if we don't have it by the end, near the end of this month, then I'd say next month for sure. But yeah, that's very
so
exciting
we're
news.
definitely getting it, but we're just not going to be getting a
No remaster,
no remaster,
unfortunately.
unfortunately,
But
right now. Maybe that will come with the 30th anniversary
yeah,
because that's good news for Sony users, but it's not so good if you're on Xbox
yeah,
or
exactly. Like this is a
Nintendo
good
or any of
solution
those
for
other
us
platforms.
personally because we play on PlayStation,
Hmm.
but not everybody does
Yeah.
play on PlayStation. So this is only a temporary fix, if you want to even call it that. Like it's a small fix. There's still a large portion of people that don't have access to it. And we are not going to stop until we
Yeah.
get RE1, 2, and 3 on all modern consoles. Remastered.
Yeah. And I'm confirming it here publicly. I want those more than Tormented Soul. Well, not more than, but just as bad as. And I
Yeah,
will take those instead of the Tormented Souls game for sure.
I'm
I'll
excited for
just get
that
that
too.
myself. Even though I saw somebody playing it
A demo of it or something?
last night. I think it was a
I think
demo,
you can
so
play
I
demo
haven't
now.
checked on play. I haven't been on PlayStation since the Switch 2's release. Yes, I've been on the Switch for the last week since its release.
That's,
Enjoying the shit out of that. I'm finally getting the chance to play Tears of the Kingdom. It's 2 years overdue for me because I absolutely love the Legend of Zelda series. It's probably one of my top five franchises. Um, the Switch 2 was actually starting to gain some momentum in sales, and
yeah, I saw
it's
that.
making me happy because it deserves it.
Saw that
So I
it's
think
actually
that's
selling really well so far.
so. Yeah, to all the people out there making videos about I'm not buying the Switch 2 because of this. Shut the fuck up. Let's go buy it. It's
Yeah,
good. It's good.
buy it if you want it. If you don't want it,
Um,
do whatever then.
yeah.
Buy what you want though.
Anyway, Resident Evil 2 and 3 coming to PlayStation Plus this
I'm so
summer.
happy to be able to
Fucking
actually have
finally,
it on a
man.
modern console to where I can stream it. Because I was able to stream it earlier this year, but that was
Yeah.
only thanks to you and my phone. Yeah,
Touchscreen.
touchscreen phone controls.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to stream it like that. We want it on the big TV on the consoles. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. Can't wait.
Yeah, I was doing it too that way on a phone, and I still have the Gamma emulator. Unfortunately, I wore out my D-pad on the Gamma on the Backbone controller already playing Resident Evil.
Yikes. Well,
Believe it or
now you
not.
don't got to worry about it with those
It like
games.
I've yeah. Well, that's what pissed me off because didn't get to finish my Resident Evil 3 Nemesis normal
Mm,
run because I started it on the emulator,
mm,
and now my D-pad, the down button doesn't work.
yikes.
So the only thing it's fucking good for now is using analog sticks, playing like Xbox games, or using it like I am now to plug in my headphones to do podcasts.
Hmm.
So I guess I paid $100 to be a podcaster, but whatever. Uh,
Damn, man, that sucks.
yeah, it's all good, man. Because like I said, I got the Switch now anyway. I just bring that with me whenever I want to play on the go. Which, hell, I barely do that. I got my son one too. I got him a little mini Switch, a little
Mini Switch.
the Switch Lite, yeah, a little smaller one. Because the Switch 2 is pretty fucking big. Here, I'll just show you. It's pretty big.
Yeah, I never had a Switch or anything, so I don't
Uh-oh,
even know what to compare it to. There he goes. Down he
Kn-
goes.
knocking over my camera and shit. Anyway, so here's the Switch. Look, it's pretty damn big.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, one of the first games I bought for it, other than Mario
I was,
Maker.
I was gonna say Mario something, but Oh yeah, Resident Evil 1 remake. Gotta.
Yep.
Classic.
I can't wait to do that on the Switch. That'll be the one. That'll be the next thing I play.
Class.
Very excited for that. Anyway, this episode is going to focus primarily on the other good news that we have had released to us this week. I believe it was at Summer Games Fest. They saved the best for last.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Requiem.
Hell yeah.
Fucking how exciting are we? And we get a release date of
Yeah,
February
that was also cool to know that we actually
2026.
have a release date. That was
We don't
awesome.
have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to wait.
And it was
It's literally like 9 months away.
yeah, and it's funny, I didn't watch any of the Summerfest thing like while it was happening anyways. But I
Yeah.
just I saw notifications shortly after it got revealed, and I was like, of course I had to check out the trailer. That's when I sent it to you, and you were like, you saw it, but you haven't can't watch it yet because you were doing something with your son.
Well, I was watching it until my son wanted me to come pick him up,
Oh,
and then like I was like, oh well, I gotta go, but and I was like, I'll catch it. I was thinking they're probably not going to reveal this because they did save it for last, and I was like, well, they're probably because it was like well into the
yeah,
show,
oh yeah,
and we hadn't heard nothing yet, and I'm like, well, either they're going to reveal it last, which I doubt. It's Resident Evil. Why would they do that? Well, I was wrong.
yeah,
That was the biggest fucking news of the night of the whole
hell
weekend.
yeah,
Everybody was blowing up talking about, speculating because we're going to get into that. But my kid wanted me to come pick him up. He wanted to go play and do things, and well, children come first before video games. So, or any, what we want to do because that's just the way that it is as a parent. So yeah, I put down the YouTube and I went on and tried to listen to it as best I could, but then I got the message from you. I got it from Dwayne, who I was hoping could be on with us for this. Hopefully he can still pop in before we log off. If not, it's all good. I got messages from just everybody. My cousin, or not my cousin, my niece, rather, was messaging. Oh, did you see? I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't. Like, what? RE9, and I'm like, fuck, I missed it. But it's all good. But I finally got home. I picked up my kid, brought him. We got home. I put him. I let him play on the Switch. He got to play on the Switch for a little bit while I went in and chilled in front of the television and said, just give me 4 minutes. I need to watch this. I watched the trailer and I was blown away.
yeah.
We're going back to Raccoon
Back to
City.
Raccoon City was the main thing I saw too. From took away from that, it was just that's gonna be so cool because like, what are they gonna do with this? Like oh man. Oh man, just the thoughts. I've already seen so many like different theories people are cooking up, like, oh, Wesker's gonna return somehow, because like I've seen one where it said like Wesker from
He's
RE5 wasn't the real Wesker. The real Wesker is gonna be returning now in RE9. Like so many crazy theories that probably aren't gonna be true, but just people are obviously
the
so excited.
wildest theories I heard are it's Leon.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I don't mean I could see him showing up in the game just because I think.
Not as an
Oh
antagonist.
no 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 no. What I think if he shows up, somewhere else I saw on like Twitter or whatever X, someone said that wouldn't it be crazy if Leon shows up and they end up killing him off in this game. So his like start to the whole series was in Raccoon City RE2, and he comes
Yeah, I saw that
yeah, and he
too.
comes back in RE9, and this is his final outing, and it's back in
I
Raccoon
think
City again.
I think we have a better chance. I think we have a better chance of like seeing Godzilla rise out of the
Yeah,
sea and
I
destroy
was gonna say I
Tokyo
don't think
than we
that's
do
gonna
seeing
happen.
them kill off
Yeah,
Leon.
I don't know. I mean, that would be crazy if
Um,
they did. Just for the sheer
yeah.
just for because he's obviously like the star. Like most people like Leon the most. Like he's definitely the star. I would say.
Well, it appears that this Alyssa Ashcroft character is the new protagonist. And she's
Well,
more of a Ethan Winters
she's the
non-combative type.
she's the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft. Uh,
Oh, great! I'm sorry.
Grace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grace
yeah, Grace.
Ashcroft.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I knew what you meant, but
the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft. Sorry, just turning
she
off my
did. She
switch
did.
here because the battery gets
She did
drained.
kind of have like an Ethan or Rose Winters vibe kind of to her when I first saw her. Like a lot
Yeah,
of people, I think.
look wise, but she also has an Ethan Winters vibe because from what I'm understanding, there's really like minimal combat in this.
Oh, really?
It's more stealth oriented. Like that's the rumors. but we've learned how rumors have
Yeah,
panned
see,
out. Like, okay, so
maybe you play as like multiple characters, and she has like the stealth
it
sections, and
could
then
be, we don't
maybe
know.
Leon comes through and he's got the more more oriented sections or something, or some other character. Who knows? I keep saying Leon because so many people want it to be Leon, but Leon might not even be in the game at all. Who knows? But I know a lot of people want him.
Well, I don't know. I a lot of it seems like some people were hanging on the words of Aesthetic Gamer, aka Dust Gollum on X, and I don't want to shit on the guy, but like it's starting to look like everything that he ever said about Resident Evil 9 is starting to be bullshit.
Yeah, well,
So,
we'll
you know,
see. We'll see. It's still not
but we'll see.
confirmed. We
We don't.
don't.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's still not
Yeah,
confirmed, so I'm not gonna throw the dude under the bus
yeah,
just
but
yet. But
yeah, I would take it with a grain of
if
salt, though.
every, yeah, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But if it turns out a lot of what he said about Resident Evil 9 turns out to be not true, then I'm not gonna listen to another fucking word that guy says.
Yeah, I mean
So,
it's the internet, so
yeah,
I don't know where this person gets their resources, their sources from.
I don't know either. I really didn't know about Dust
They might be
Golem until
right. They might
recently,
be
so
100% right,
they could
and
be
maybe
right.
Leon is going to show up, and he just didn't show up in the trailer.
Maybe.
But yeah, well, you know, if Leon's
Yeah, I
showing
mean,
up, you
kind
know
of like,
Ada's showing
yeah.
up.
So they could have done it. They could do it like Chris Redfield, where he has like an end section or something. You
Yeah, or
never
something.
know,
Yeah,
you
something
know.
like that. Yeah, you never know what
Yeah,
they could do. Um, I think somebody else is going to show up. Maybe it'll be the return of Jill or something. But it might not be Leon, but I think someone's going to show up. They're not going to bring us back to Raccoon
they
City.
could. They could have a lot of them show up.
Yeah, yeah, they could. And people are saying like other Outbreak characters. Let's just throw it out there right now. I barely ever played Outbreak in my life, so I'm not knowledgeable on the game or its characters very well. I had it back in the day, but I had like a thing against it because I was supposed to get Code Veronica
Mhm.
instead of that game in the mail, and the guys.
Well, you robbed yourself of a good experience by
Yeah.
heading on
Well,
that
I was
game for
like
that reason.
13, 14, so I was dumb, young and dumb,
Yeah,
and
I didn't get to
now,
play File 2. I've only played File 1.
yeah, I've only played File One, and I didn't play it a whole lot. And that was obviously a couple decades ago now, so I don't really remember much about it. But I do remember her. I remember the character, and I know that in RE7 they dropped a little Easter egg, a little reference to her in
Yeah,
the Baker house, where you can read a little thing she wrote. Um, which I thought that was cool at the time, but now now seeing what they're doing with that, they're actually bringing her daughter into a game, and apparently the daughter's going to be
yeah.
like,
So that means that they're.
what's that?
That means that they're. I said that means that they're now. Resident Evil Outbreak has always kind of been considered canon, but only certain aspects of it, from what I understand. So that they're really bringing the canonicity of Resident Evil Outbreak series, especially with File 2, into the forefront of people's minds, which makes me speculate that they have to have something on the docket as far as maybe an Outbreak remake or a re-release
Yeah,
in the near future.
yeah. Like I was telling you earlier,
Because, yeah.
they might do like a thing where maybe they do have a like re-release planned, and maybe they're going to do it side by side with RE9. Like I could see that maybe as a possibility, or maybe they'll do it ahead of time. Like who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're not going to do it at all. But
I don't
I know a
know.
lot of people would love it, and I think they know a lot of people would love it. But like you were saying earlier,
I,
they would have to support
I think this
online and stuff.
director, the director that's directing this is he's okay. So he's known for RE7. Now I didn't know this until like he had his little like his release.
Hmm.
Like he did like a little interview or a release about RE9 Requiem. He also directed Revelations.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
think I did see something about that.
I didn't know that. So, and we're going to be talking about Revelations in our in our one of the coming
Yeah,
episodes that we have, because we just wrapped up a very special episode that I've got to edit and produce and get out there, but I'm going to do this one first.
yeah,
Um, I think his name's Nakanishi. He's saying that that they, I guess from what I understand from what he was saying, he combined the best elements of Resident Evil 7 with Resident Evil Revelations. So there is a good possibility that we're going to see returning legacy characters.
yeah, yeah. I think there is. That's interesting. So RE7 and Revelations. That doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
mean stuff from those games are going to be pulled into this game, but yeah, I mean, I don't. I wonder. They don't. We don't even know.
elements.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's going to be in third or
as-
first person. Although I imagine they're going to go with third person because I think
So,
I think they
well,
know by
from what I
now.
understand, it's no, what I understand is that from what I think this came from Nakanishi's mouth
Hmm.
himself. If that's even his name, I think that's his name. If I'm botching that, then I apologize, listeners. But the director, let's just say the director of the game has said, and I think it's been confirmed that it's you have the choice. You can play in it's in first person by default, but you can choose to play it in third.
Okay, that's cool.
Now, honestly, why would you want to switch? I guess there are those that are really like hardcore for the third person.
Yeah.
Um, I I I like first
Yeah,
person.
so do
I
I.
like it.
A lot of people obviously don't though, and then there's some people that I think they get like motion sickness or something in first person, like a very small
Yeah,
percentage of people or
yeah,
something. And I can
that's true.
understand with those people, like if you get like, I mean, I don't know because I don't get like sick from anything like that, so I don't know how it is, uh, but I can understand why those people wouldn't want to play. But yeah, for people who just hate on it just to hate on it, I don't know. Everybody has their own differences, but I don't know. To not try out RE7 throughout like how many years has it been out now? Like 8 years now. To not ever play it once just because it's in first person, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, that is
But at the
lame.
same
Because
time,
it's
they want to make sales.
I was that lame-o. It took you to convince me.
Yeah, but yeah, I think at the same time they want to sell the game, obviously. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably best if they stick to third person. As much as I like games in first person, and I like their games specifically, like RE7 is one of my favorites in the whole franchise. It's up there, and it's in first person,
So,
but it probably would be best if they stuck to third person, or at least have the option.
so every yeah, there I really I probably will try both in the moment, but
Yeah.
I ultimately feel like I'm going to decide to play it in first person.
Hmm.
It just depends on like if honestly it depends on if it's like really like what they're saying is like you'll have distraction items like in the Evil Within where you can throw bottles and
Hell
distract
yeah.
enemies and shit. If there's minimal combat, maybe third person would be more advantageous.
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll see what the game gives us.
Yeah, that's funny that you
Um,
mentioned
people,
Evil Within. Did you get Evil
yeah,
Within vibes when you watched the trailer the first time? Because a lot of people in Bakwa Soup's chat were screaming like Evil Within, Evil Within, Evil Within, and he was even saying it. And I was like, I'm not really getting Evil Within
I
vibes.
I
The first
wasn't
half
really
of it,
getting them
at
either.
least.
At least the first half,
I wasn't
yeah.
getting them really.
Um, I kind of got honestly more RE7 vibes, if
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. I did. I honestly, for the first like minute of it, I didn't know what I was watching because I missed on the Ashcroft. Like I heard the name, but I was like, I'm not big on
Yeah,
Outbreak. I haven't played it very much at all in my life. So
yeah.
yeah, I kind of went over my head there. So not until the RPD reveal where I was like, oh, this is what we're fucking doing. Oh shit, okay. That wasn't until
Yeah,
that I was like,
as
okay.
soon as they showed the crater from the thermobaric weapon, that the destruction of Raccoon City and at the end of RE3,
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
where we were headed. And it's funny because I may or may not have said this on record on the show, but I've said often off
Oh, excuse
podcast,
me.
off stream, but I may have said it once before. The best direction to head with Resident Evil 9 is to bring back traditional zombies, and it seemingly appears to be something like that, or something very close to traditional
You seen
zombies.
that?
But I'd never dreamed that we would go back to Raccoon City,
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty
even though
crazy
I would have
surprise.
loved to have explored
I
that
wonder how much of the game.
because I believe there's. Go ahead.
I was just saying. I wonder how much of the game's actually going to be in Raccoon City, though.
Yeah, I wondered
Like
too.
because they could
Well,
have like half the game not even in Raccoon City, and it might only show up in like the later half, or or maybe the first half and not in the later half. Who knows what they're gonna do? It's still really cool though.
I can't remember what game or even if it's a thing, but I heard somebody saying somewhere that there was a game that was made where there was a umbrella base inside of that crater.
Oh, really?
in one of the, yeah, I don't know if it was a game or if it was a book,
Mhm.
but I heard somebody talking about it literally after this trailer dropped, and I'm like, well, I didn't know that, so I can't really,
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
speculate. I can't speculate on that. I'd have to do some more research on it, but like, I can't believe it's taken them almost what 24 years now to go back to Raccoon City,
Yeah,
you know? So I'm very
2025,
excited
26.
for it. The trailer looks really good. I like that we have a new character.
Yeah,
I'm kind of over the legacy characters being recycled.
yeah, that's something
As far as usable,
yeah,
I think it's time to kind of bring in young blood, new blood, but have it connected to the original lore like they're doing. And I think that was a perfect opportunity to bring in somebody that's connected to the Outbreak series. Absolutely,
yeah.
because this is very beloved by the fan base.
Yeah, that's
So
something I've been bringing up for a while is that it's like reusing the same characters over and over again. As much as I love those characters,
yeah,
it would be nice to have some new, fresh new blood, like you were saying.
yes.
Um, so I do like,
I now
and
that
they,
doesn't mean I don't want to see them
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah. That's yeah, exactly. Because like we got Chris in RE8, even though Ethan was the main guy, we still got some Chris sprinkled throughout, and then towards
Yeah,
the end, we even had a section where we play as him. Like they could do something like that in this game too. Like maybe Leon shows
but
up and
yeah,
or
it
whoever,
really
whoever.
makes sense to have some of them come back. Well, it really makes sense, especially Leon or Claire,
Yeah, or
because
Jill. She was
this
there.
is
She was
Raccoon
literally there
City.
when it went
You
out
know what I'm saying?
down.
Or
Yeah,
Jill
Jill.
even. Yeah, Jill. Fuck, Jill had more time in Raccoon City than Leon and Claire.
Yeah, and she was literally there the explosion actually happened. She was almost caught in that.
Yeah.
um,
So yeah, this is a really an exciting time to be a Resident Evil
hell yeah.
fan.
And just imagine seeing a
And
new
I think
Jill. Holy shit, if we did get her, because we've had it.
if she still looked like anything like she looked in Resident Evil 3 remake, I will be unhappy. I want my Jilly Jill back that was played by Julia Voth.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah, you're good. I know
tired.
you're sleepy. I'm pushing you
No,
hard.
no, it's fine.
We just wrapped up a 2 hour episode with a very special
Very
guest.
special.
Um, very well, two very special guests,
Yes.
but one in particular that most fans will know who it is. But um, I'm gonna be editing that and pushing that out after I'm done with this one. This is just a shorter episode where we wanted to give our thoughts about the trailer,
Yeah.
the release news of Resident Evil
We're a
9,
little late on
what we
doing that.
thought about it. Yeah, we're a little late on doing it because we've been busy, but here we are. We really wanted to go have a deep dive with our buddy Dwayne, but like I said, everybody's kind of got their own things going on now. It's the summertime, so people are busy with projects and all that, and it's understandable. But we just wanted to give our thoughts and a little touch on that, and really just say thank you, Capcom, for releasing Resident Evil 2 and 3 on the PlayStation
Hell
Store.
yeah.
Now we don't have to bitch and whine and whinge about it every fucking
Yeah,
episode.
just every other episode now for a remaster. Still do the remaster.
Yeah.
I for real would love to still do a
Well,
remaster because a remaster can add so much. Like if they did it right, this shit could be the best way ever to enjoy the old school games if they put enough time and effort
well,
into
like
it.
I was saying, if you really want to play, if you want to play Resident Evil, at least the original one with all the fun door skips and shit, the best way to try that out is on the Nintendo DS. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I, I think that's the one that broke my controller.
Oh,
It
really?
wasn't the yeah, because it was actually it wasn't RE2 or 3, even though me wearing down the controller playing them probably played a part in it, but
Yeah.
it actually the directional pad went out while I was playing the Nintendo DS version of Resident Evil Deadly Silence, so I didn't even get to finish it, and I'm a little
Yeah, that's a
salty
great version of RE1.
because
I
yeah,
I love the
you
graphics
can't
there.
use the thumbstick. At least I don't think you can.
I wouldn't remember. I haven't played it since my teen
Yeah,
years. I was like 17 the last
the
time I played it.
DS didn't have a thumbstick.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
I think
The
the
original one,
DS,
anyways. I don't
yeah,
think so.
it just had a directional
Yeah.
pad. So I could probably remap it, but it's like, what the fuck, man? I'll have to look into that. But anyway, um, like I said, guys, I'm sorry about the shorter episode. We're kind of like burning the candle at both ends now. We just got done shooting a 2 hour episode, so we have two releases we're going to be pumping out this week as a makeup for missing last week. But we might slowly be winding down to not doing them weekly because of the summer months being here and us being busy with things, kids wanting to go swimming, and I'm sure you got work and things going on now that summer's here.
Yeah.
Going back to yard work and all that. So we will try to get these episodes out at least once or every other week, or at least once a month. I'm hoping for maybe at least every other week. Try to put out an episode because we got some shit to talk about. Revelations,
Yeah.
Revelations
There's other stuff
two.
too. Like it doesn't have to be just Resident Evil. Like
Yeah.
other
Yeah, yeah,
series
we
too.
got other games we want to get to. Yeah, I'd like to talk about Dead Space. I'd love to talk about Silent Hill, Tormented Souls, all the good ones, man. I need to get back to playing Tormented Souls because I put down the PlayStation when I got the Switch 2, and it's been all about Zelda for the last week for me. And I'm like,
Hey,
oh
whatever you're
man.
enjoying, you got.
I honestly have started with Mario Odyssey. I really wanted to play it. My kid loves Mario,
Yeah.
and
Everybody loves Mario.
I was playing. Him and I were playing Mario Odyssey, so I I beat that and got just about every fucking moon you can get in literally like a couple days because
Nice.
I've already beat it once before and I knew where they all were.
Hmm.
But I ended up just giving him the copy. So now I left off like I don't know. I left off at like 300 and I got just enough moons to unlock the dark side of the moon. So I got like 322 moons and then I just gave him the card and now he has it for his Switch. So I'm not playing that right now at the current moment. Moved on to the Legend of Zelda, and I've been going through that series slowly. Each one as a build up to me playing Tears of the Kingdom. So when I get to that, but I really got to get back to this Tormented Souls game because we got two coming out probably closer to fall, and I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to that one.
Oh
So
yeah. Big time.
yeah, uh, yeah, and it really sucks kind of not seeing you stream. I just want to say that so everybody knows I love
Yeah, I'm gonna
being
get
in the
back on
chat.
stream.
Yeah, I
How many
hope you
days
do
has it been?
soon.
It
I
hasn't been that
really
many
miss you.
days.
It's only been about 5 days. It's only been
Yeah, we're
five,
good.
but yeah, we are good. But I'll tell
I'll
you
probably
what,
hop on tomorrow.
I scrounge and I scrounge and fight with what to listen to when I'm at work. Whenever you don't stream, because you're my content that I listen to
I
while I'm
really
working.
appreciate that.
You know,
Sure.
yeah, but it's okay. I've been listening to different podcasts, but like I said, I took to starting to listen to Brandon's podcast the last couple, boning up for our interview with him or well, our conversation with
Yeah.
him, like several times a week. I would listen to it. So and it's a really good one. It's really worth it. So look forward to that episode coming up, guys. We have a conversation with Brandon Salisbury, who did the documentary for Resident Evil, George Romero's Resident Evil, the lost movie that was never made, and Charlie Kraslowski. He may or may not be a little bit of an important person in the Resident Evil lore.
Maybe.
He may have played a small role in Resident Evil video games. But anyway, yeah, this has been our episode speculating on what Resident Evil 9 could be. We're just waiting around like everybody else,
Yeah.
uh, hoping for the best with Resident Evil 9, and it can't come soon enough. So,
Yep.
is there anything else you want to say before we go, bud?
Who do we think that big monster was in the trailer that it only shows for like half a second? You can see like the outline of like a big.
The one climbing
Yeah,
down?
yeah. Who is that? I think that's
Well,
gonna.
there's speculation that it could be a type of liquor like
Yeah.
that was seen in like Outbreak, like or it looked kind of femalish. Now I can tell you who I think the hooded character is.
Who?
Virgil from DMC.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm kidding when I say that.
um.
That's been like a thing online. Everybody's like,
Yeah. There's
"Oh,
so much stuff
oh, I
online.
know who it's Virgil
Yeah.
from Devil May Cry."
Yeah. There's some people.
No,
I heard someone saying something about Lisa or that big creature being like a main
Lisa
or something
Trevor,
like
like an
that.
evolved Lisa
Yeah. I don't
Trevor.
know.
That that could be a possibility, but honestly, I doubt it.
Yeah. Who
They don't
knows?
tend to recycle
Yeah. I would
If
be
they were
shocked.
going to recycle anybody, I would imagine they would recycle Mr. X or the Nemesis.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because this character allegedly, at least from the director's mouth, as from what I understand, is a stalker character that stalks you through the game.
Oh, the
So,
one that
or at
we
least a
just
portion of the
the
game.
big creature thing. Oh shit,
Yeah, that creature climbing on the walls.
thing looked really big.
Now, yeah, if you want to know a little bit more about who it could possibly be, information on that would be better gleaned from the Residents of Evil and JJ
Yeah,
or them
this.
guys, because yeah, we can't really give you put a finger on exactly who it could be because we haven't played Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, neither one of us, and I've only played File 1 once.
Yeah,
But yeah, who I think it is, I think it's a completely new
it
character, honestly, if
probably
you want my opinion.
that's the most
Yeah.
likely thing, but you never know.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah.
though, looks sick. The whole trailer looks sick. It's got me super pumped up. Super pumped up for what was the February 27th? Was it
It's February 27th,
2026? Yeah, so
2026.
we're like it's a little ways away, but it's not too far away though. Like
Yeah.
that'll be here in no time. It'll be here. It'll be February just like that. Like with how time's going.
Yeah, like I said, it's only 8 or 9 months away.
Yeah, and we have other
It's
stuff to play.
literally right around the
Yeah,
corner.
and we have other stuff to play till then. So
We got a lot of shit to play.
hell yeah.
We're gonna have Resident Evil 2
Yeah,
and 3 to
exactly,
play.
exactly.
Now
Tormented Souls 2
we have
later.
Tormented
Yeah,
Souls coming up.
there's
Yeah.
other stuff. There's other stuff to
Um
play. You just got your Switch too, so you have a lot
I
of
got a
stuff to play.
Switch 2. I've been enjoying the fuck out of
So
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's tons of
I
stuff
do
that we can occupy
I
our
do
minds
have
with.
a full roster. Hell, I still haven't played Post Trauma.
Yeah, there you go. See, you got tons of games. I got tons of games, and I'm
And
sure
Post Trauma doesn't
and
take
there's
that
always
long.
new releases for horror games around October. So I'm sure there'll be a
Well,
couple.
there's a fucking new one coming
Yeah.
out now called Ill.
Oh
That
yeah, I
looks
saw
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
I want to play that. I also want to play Ebola Village is another one. And I thought that was Ebola Village when I messaged you there. That's actually Ebola 3.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's a Resident Evil like first person
Oh.
game. It's like what was that one Saint Difna Hotel?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Phobia. It kind of looks like that. This one doesn't look as good, but Village looks really
Village
good.
is the
So
only one
I'll
I
have
saw, and I thought it looked really
yeah,
good.
that's the one I want to play.
Yeah,
So we got a lot of horror games coming up and
yeah. Definitely gonna be streaming RE2 and 3
keep us
again
busy.
once they.
I should imagine we're gonna have a fucking let's if you're feeling better by the time they release a Resident Evil 2 and 3 Nemesis on PlayStation Store, I say we should have a fucking marathon and go as hard and as long as we can
Oh
overnight
yeah, gotta do it.
and see how many times you can beat it in a row.
Okay.
You down for? I
Yeah.
know you just played them, but you're going to be playing them on PlayStation, buddy.
Yee.
Finally,
Yee. Definitely gonna be
you know
playing.
the proper way. You can actually trying to start strategize a speed run for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis because I think you can do it.
Yeah,
I think
the
you beat it pretty
the speed
quick.
run is pretty hard. I'd have to learn. I'd have to actually look up strats and stuff. But yeah, to get like a really fast time. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's gonna be fun. I one thing I really hope we get are trophies for the game. As of right now, it's probably looking like we're not going to because they didn't give us trophies for
Yeah.
RE1 or Dino Crisis. So it kind of seems like
Yeah,
Capcom's,
because if they did that, then they would have to retroactively put trophies on them too.
which
So
maybe they'll do that.
maybe they
Wishful
will.
thinking.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
never know.
Maybe the day they get released, we'll actually get trophies for
Now
RE1
we can
also.
fucking harp on. Now we can harp on Capcom and PlayStation and put trophies on these
Yeah.
games.
Yep.
What you mean having them wasn't good enough?
Yeah. No, I'm super happy that we have them now. That is all I truly wanted. The trophies are just like a little bonus, little sprinkles
Absolutely.
on top of the Resident Evil Sunday, but it's not
Yeah. And I
required.
got Resident Evil on my Switch, like I was showing you, so I got to play that too. I'm interested in seeing how that feels because I'm wondering if it's the GameCube version where they have the grenade launcher exploit. There
I don't
was an
know.
exploit, like remember the exploit in Dead Space where you could like exploit like the mines.
Yeah.
So they have something similar to that in the Resident Evil GameCube version where you can clone grenade
Really? I don't think
rounds.
I ever heard of
So
that.
yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, you'll be look into it, you'll see what I'm talking
Hmm.
about. I doubt that that's the GameCube version. It's probably the remaster version. So,
Hmm.
oh well. Anyway, Resident Evil 9 Requiem is the
Mm,
title. February 27th, 2026 is the release date. Hopefully that don't get pushed back. We're super fucking excited
oh
for
yeah,
it, and we cannot wait to see what the hell all this hoola is about with Raccoon
yeah.
City. So, you got anything more you want to say before we do plugs and go?
Not really. Not that,
Not
not that
really.
they've given us RE2 and 3 on consoles. That was like one of the last things I was, because it was that, and for
I
me personally, Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, and that's also a thing. So now it's like I ran out of stuff to bitch about
Yeah.
now. What do I write on Twitter every week that I want now? I got to think of something new.
Hey, on a side note, now that I'm back on Nintendo
Mm.
products with the Switch 2, I wasn't even planning on buying that, and I just at the last minute was like, "Fuck it, I'm getting one." Uh, I know what Earthbound is now.
Oh yeah,
I
little Super Nintendo game.
yeah, I know because of because of Ness.
Yeah, yep,
I never realized that was that
yeah,
game. I know who Ness is,
yeah.
but yeah, it looks really cool. I did get
It does look.
You ever played XCOM?
Yeah, actually, I have.
You played
Yeah,
XCOM?
back on like the
So there's a
PS3 or
game on here.
PS4.
Here, I'll show you real quick before we
Oh,
go.
I know you
There's a
Mario
game
and the
on here.
Rapid Rabbids or something like that.
Mario
Yeah,
Rabbids, yeah, dude, it looks like
I've seen
XCOM, dude, and I
Barbara's King
fucking
play
went.
that.
I had to get it. I had to
Yeah,
get it. I love because I love XCOM. I had to have
everything I
it.
heard of that's basically what it is just XCOM but with Mario and Rabid characters.
Mario shooting guns. I had to see this for
Yeah, it looks
myself.
fun.
So
XCOM was hard. I played it.
yeah, it was really hard
I didn't don't think I ever beat it though. I got like really far into it and then kind of just stopped playing because it was kicking my ass and I
because it got really well. I didn't beat XCOM 2. I watched my cousin beat XCOM
yeah
1. I didn't
I
beat it
played that one
personally.
also and
We
didn't beat
played
it.
it together. Yeah, so we played XCOM 1
Mm.
together, and then he ended up finishing it, but I didn't finish it. He finished it. We started it together. He finished it, but then I started XCOM 2 and never finished it because it was really, really,
It
really
does get
hard.
really hard, yeah. The further in you get,
Yeah.
big learning curve,
So
big difficulty curve.
yeah. But anyway, like I said, super exciting. Can't wait for RE9. Can't wait for the release of these games, the original 2 and 3. Uh, we really don't have. We're keeping it short today.
Yeah.
Sorry for the short episode, but we will be back after I pump out these next 2 episodes with some Revelations talk, and we'll move on to RE0, and then we'll get into some other games. We got a lot on the schedule for you guys, so
Yeet.
hopefully, if the good Lord lets us get to that, and we can stick around here on this crazy planet, we'll get to
Yep.
those. Thank you guys for tuning in to this short episode of the Biohazard Bros podcast, and don't forget to check us out on our YouTubes and our Twitch channels. We've plugged them many times. We will put those in the description below. You can link to those and come check us out. Anyway, love you guys. Take care. Thanks for listening. And we will see you next time on the Biohazard Bros podcast.
Biohazard Bros Podcast.